How na day, my beautiful and amazing people. I salute you according to that time, or depending on when at that they listen to us. I welcome you to this beautiful day with wonderful information. The way they enter our cabal, that my people, I say make a touch light with you. Now, well done, my people. Now, welcome. Wonder shall never end. Now they hear waiting they share for social media right now. You, the Edochie, they blame Judy Austin. They point fingers at Judy Austin over his marriage crash and his son's by you don dey say na Judy na im scandalize im marriage come by im son. Wonder shall never end. And I see how the thing dey go from one point to the other, from one thing to the other. I don't know whether anybody is understanding something. You know, say you the Edochie had entered into some spiritual powers in the because since where you the Edochie say God called him to be a native doctor, he has been trying to delve into so many things. And the people that pushed you the Edochie into becoming a native doctor are the ones that are at the lost right now. Judy Austin and his family and her family grabbed Yul Edochie and were using Yul Edochie, using him up and down for their own gain. They made him to leave his family. They made him to abandon his kids. They made him to, leave his wife. Yes, because Queen May actually left Yul Edochie, but Yul Edochie started making. Queen May was forced to do that by noticing that the man she married is no longer the man living with her. You started abusing her physically and emotionally, even sexually, that Queen May had to leave from waiting they tell us allegedly on social media. They say there were different abuses that this woman was passing through in the hand of Yul Edochie. So she decided to leave the marriage so that she can leave and tell the story. And she didn't just leave immediately because of the gravity of the abuses. She has to go and get a court order, a restraining order, restraining Yul Edochie from coming close to her and the kids. That was the first step before now going to court for filing for divorce of her marriage. So since that time, Yul Edochie had been with Judy Austin, and Judy had every opportunity to stop you from going to church, started giving him titles from the marine world. And finally, even after a short time that Yul Edochie claims to be a pastor, he first of all stopped Yul Edochie from going to the Catholic Church and asked him to start his own church that God gave him power. Yul started his church, so he already made him offend his own church. He started his own church without anybody mentoring him or teaching him what ministry is all about. He left his Catholic church where he can take advice from the priest, because Judy Austin knows that if he's a Catholic, he will go to confession, and if he goes to confession, the priest will ask him question. He will go for counseling, he go to confession, and the priest will ask him question and know and guide him on the things he's doing. So she knows that Yul stands a chance of falling off from her grip. So she decided to pull him out from the Catholic Church and didn't send him to any church at all again, not even Pentecostal church. She now asks you to start a church, and two of them became Mama Gio and Papa Gio. From there, my people, that is when everything scatterized. As soon as he succeeded in bringing you the Edochie from his family church, and he now asked him to start True Salvation Ministry, not a church building but online. And every evening, Sunday, they said they are doing service, and that became a problem to you. So that was when Judy won the case, won the race. He now carried you out. From there, one day, the same man will be pastor of True Salvation Ministry started talking about deity and not deity, not keeping deity and removing deity. From keeping and removing deity, he now became a native doctor. Immediately, that was how Judy was transforming him. And the man lost his career. He went down in the pecking order. Nobody calls him again for movies. He lost his career. He was not getting roles again. His face was changed. Everything about him, his face was changed, and almost everybody hated him. He unfollowed those who would have assisted him and go and had issues had these serious issues with those who helped him. All the people that are supposed to have served as destiny helpers to him, he had issues with them and unreconcilable issues with them. And he decided to stay only glued to Judy Austin and family. And that was when the problem confounded. Edochie became a puppet in the hand of Judy Austin. Judy Austin uses him anyhow she likes, and dances to their tune. And that is why for last year, I think, yeah, throughout last year, you will agree with me that you were going from one danceathon to another danceathon. They were dancing at Logo Dance on social media every time, every day, but thinking that, or Judy Austin was doing it in the guise of peppering Queen May, but nobody knows what they are doing. He was actually roping Edochie into another lifestyle. And when the guy was completely roped into what he doesn't know, he couldn't do anything. Then he launched him into the native doctor, initiated him into the marine world, gave him some powers and spirit that are working with him. You now thought he has all the power, started being arrogant, talking to people anyhow. And that is how it's happened. When God wants to save somebody, he will use that thing that the enemy is using against you to save you. And because they have already led him into native doctor and into shrine, Edochie started going from one shrine to the other, taking titles in shrines. Any place that you see any very strong spiritual man, maybe he's bereaved or anything happened to him, Edochie must be there. Some people that ordinarily he wouldn't have been in their midst. There are a lot of great and spiritual men, strong native doctors that you doesn't supposed to come close to. He has not reached the level, but because of what he is carrying, what Judy had inflicted in him, he sees himself as a very powerful deity. He goes to all those things. My people, when I know say recently, Edochie took a title they called Isiogidi Ntorobia Ibonine. I think Ogidi Ntorobia Ibonine. And that is the title that took him to different places to see the oldest of the traditional rulers in the East and to go to Arochukwu during the celebration of their festival. And if you know the Igbo culture, you will know that Arochukwu festival and Arochukwu deity is a very powerful deity. Very, very powerful deity. My people, after Edochie had visited that king in Arochukwu, visit their shrine and deity, made some sacrifices there, before you can appear the deity, before you can appear before the deity in Arochukwu, some certain sacrifices need to be done, some certain cleansing need to be done on you before you can be able to participate in that sacrifice. And that cleansing was done on Edochie, allegedly, my people. They say after the cleansing that Edochie passed through in order to be worthy, to appear before the laity for the sacrifice, Edochie's life changed. During the cleansing, a lot of things happened. In fact, it was after the cleansing that Edochie began to realize who he is. And it was after going to that Arochukwu festival and come back that has not gone to do anything with Judy Austin again. Maybe you didn't understand. Since after that time, Edochie gone for that cleansing in Arochukwu and come back, attended that festival, that thing that the traditional ruler did during the anniversary of him ascending to the throne. When Yule came back, it's as if his eyes cleared. It's as if his ears opened. It's as if his body changed. It's as if he vomited something. It's as if that Yule now became another man. He's no longer the puppet roped and tied by a woman. He now became a real man of Odogwu he was before, understanding himself and taking decision by himself. Judy tried one or two times to try to control him, but discovered that this is not a man that is under your time again. This is a man who knows his stand and knows his right. And Judy wanted to do one or two things. Jude pick his car key, and move out of the house in anger. And that is how it has been since that time. And that's why you see Judy running kitikiti, running katak. All these things you see Judy Austin running around right now is because they want to lay hold on Edochie in order to see whether they can trap him back and get him trapped. But it is not easy. Now Edochie had been going around for the first time, revealing to people that it was because of Judy Austin he lost his marriage. It was because of his Judy Austin that his son, by a lot of things are going to come out. In my mind, I felt that Yule had discovered a lot of things that are wrong with him, and has discovered why he's living his life like this, and has discovered why he's messing up. Even though I know that it is not, there's no going back, and it's not possible for Queen May to come back to Edochie. But I tell you, Edochie is actually regretting a lot of things that has happened to him. But it's not our fault. Remember, I keep telling people, I don't doubt the fact that Judy Austin was using charm on Edochie. But I will tell you, before the charm worked, Yul has already messed himself up. Because Judy Austin didn't use charm to bring him to sleep, to Kerewaha. Yul must have gone to Kerewaha before the charm begins to work. Yes, that's what I think. That's my own thinking. I don't think that Judy Austin was going to Edochie's house with the charm, begging, or to the set, trying to find a way he can knock him the charm on the body. And you will now become touch and follow. You followed her. But I think because the way other people carry what Judy and left, you must have carried what Judy, and Judy now decided to hold on to him by giving him that thing, or rubbing that on the Bikus before you entered. And as soon as you this Ebola entered through the touch the thing while entering the Bikus, that was when there's an entrampment. He now made a sacrifice and a covenant with the Bekus and the Bola, entering inside without Judy, without you. The consent is the consent of you coming to enjoy the Bekus. But that was the consent. And the other thing that happened was on behalf of him, and that was how Jude was roped into the bondage that he's in now, finding it very difficult to leave. My people know be smart, you know. That was how Jude was trapped. You become a prisoner of Judy Austin's Bola, Judy Austin's Bekus. Or you, Bola, become a prisoner of Judy Austin's Bekus. Anytime you set his eyes on Judy, the next thing is he become aroused. The next thing is he wants to Kerewa. And Judy, knowing that something spiritual is going on, and that is the only way you can awaken. And yes, you can awaken and activate every time the sacrifice that is holding him in bondage. Judy is ready to give it to him anywhere, even if right inside the car. It's not because of love, it's about what they did. It's about holding you down, it's about entrampment, it's about getting him in the cage. That is all. And as long as he remains in bondage, remains in their trap, he can do that anywhere to maintain the status quo, to keep him, trapped for that time that they needed it. So that's why you see all those things that Judy Austin always display as if he loves Edochie so much. She's only trying to service her entrapment on Edochie. And that's why you say, Judy is so, it's like Judy performs better than May on bed. Maybe May is such a businesswoman and very hardworking woman that doesn't have time for Kerewa. Maybe they give well for bed. I don't think that's the case, because that's what many people think, that Judy might be better on bed than May. I don't think so. But I tell you, it is because acoustically Edochie is in bondage. And it is a bondage of Bekus that whenever you sees Judy's face, he gets aroused, because it's not ordinary, because something has already happened. It has already happened. They have already tied something on the Bekus and give to him, and he has already pushed that in and pushed it out, and he trapped two of them joined together. While the thing is entering inside, there was a drop of the sacrifice on it, and everything happened. So as long as he looks at the face of Judy, he will get to desire that. And that's how Judy had been entrapped, had kept him entrapped for all these years. But I noticed myself that as soon as Edochie came back from Arochukwu with all the sacrifices and the rituals that took place there, because they made some rituals to cleanse him before he can be able to participate in the festival. So the ritual of cleansing that he passed through and everything must have cleansed out whatever Judy and their kingdom must have done in Edochie's body. These spirits had levels. Some of them are 003, some are 666, 333, 999, and different kinds of levels 0077555. So I don't know the level that Judy's kingdom belonged to and the level the Arochukwu kingdom belonged to. It must have been that Aro is bigger than Judy's kingdom, and that is why the cleansing done to you, Edochie, there has been able to cleanse out the define the entrampment and the defilement that Judy's power had held on you, Edochie, for many years right now. As you can see, Yul had become a changed person. All of a sudden, you remember he had a relationship with Lizzie Good before. All of a sudden, Yul has started begging, no longer publishing his begging on social media, but going directly to do the right thing, calling on begging that Queen May should forgive. And without even letting anybody know about it. It is only those who are close that are letting that this man has been calling and begging. No longer those ones he write on social media. All of a sudden, you, the Edochie, has stopped dancing at Love will dance with Judy'S on social media. All of a sudden, you, the Edochie, has become so focused on his career that over how many days now he will tell you, filming, at work, filming this, filming that, being at work, doing this. He had been walking from one set to the other, from one location to another, because he is now becoming restless. He now understood that he needs money. He doesn't, all this dancing at Logo dance does not bring money, all those kind of things. He needs real money in order to become the dogu he is. And that is why he is struggling so hard, going to take a set every time, going to work in order to see that he makes money. Do you realize that it was recently that they started making moves of how to see his kid and started making moves of how to talk to the daughter? Even though we didn't like that because all those things are medicine after memorial service. But at the end of the day, you can see a little change in you, Edochie. Could it be that there is a cleansing that takes out everything? Could it be that you is free from Judy Austin's 21 bottles entrampment? Because before Pinette Hibbert told us that he's in a 21 bottle, I know there must be an element of truth in what that lady says. That lady must have seen something before she said that. And if actually Yul had been inside 21 bottles, does it mean that something happened as he traveled to Arochukwu, Delta, and all those engagements he went and come back? It's as if something has released this man. It's as if this man has gotten himself. That's exactly what I am thinking right now. My people no be smart, Una they hear what we they hear that our brother is free. I think very soon, if that's the case, I know you, Edochie, very soon we are going to hear the full story of what happened, and I know he must have been writing it down now. If the thing had left him, we will hear the full story of everything that happened and how you, Edochie, was used against himself to destroy his marriage, to buy his son, and to scandalize everything that he owns. Chai. God I beg you. Some women are strong, sha. Some women are wicked. Very wicked. How can you do this to your fellow human being? Or you don't know that those kids that you, the Edochie, should have trained can become the president and the governors of tomorrow. How will you feel when you see someone you have already blocked his progress becoming the most becoming one of the highest, one of the people that made money more than anybody in your community? Well, this is someone you worked tirelessly every day, even with your money, without being paid, to make sure say that person no become anything. Well, how do you feel? That is the challenge right now. My people, the real information where they reach us now be say, it be like say you Edochie, it be like say you Edochie has been freed from the bondage of Judy Austin. It be like say you Edochie had gotten himself liberated from Judy Austin. It be like say you Edochie had gotten himself cleansed from every entrampment. That is the situation on ground right now. My people, like and share this video and God will bless you. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please try to subscribe. All our returning subscribers will say, "Una well done, my people, una welcome." Make una have a nice day. Bye.